This boy is finishing his snowman, but after completing it, the snowman somehow comes to life. Sharp teeth protrude from its mouth, but the boy doesn't seem to notice and continues perfecting it. A few bullies notice this and start harassing the boy. They claim the snowman will block their sledding path and demand that the boy destroy it. Seeing that the boy refuses to destroy the snowman, the bullies use their sleds to knock off the snowman's head. The snowman frowns, showing anger. It headbutts the bully, causing him to fall onto the sledding path just as the sled passes by, slicing the bully's head.
I didn't do it.
The police arrive, but due to insufficient evidence to identify the culprit, they conclude it was an unfortunate accident. This makes the victim's father very angry. He is convinced that the boy is the culprit.
I am truly sorry about what happened, but I have to believe my son.
Your son says a snowman pushed my son Billy. Do you believe that? Do you believe that?
The man sits outside, sadly reflecting on his son's death. Suddenly, he hears a voice but sees no one except a snowman. Despite that, the voice continues, making him increasingly confused and panicked as he grabs an axe from behind for protection.
Yeah, get it. Put your back into it. Come on, you can do it. That's my boy. Get it. Oh, there we go.
He picks up the axe and moves toward the source of the voice, even glancing at the snowman. But he fails to realize that the real danger is the snowman itself.
Gosh, I only axed you for a smoke.
When the mother enters the living room, she sees a puddle on the floor. She doesn't pay much attention, assuming it was caused by her husband. She sits down to enjoy a freshly brewed cup of coffee, unaware of the snowman right behind her. Before she has a chance to realize, the snowman wraps a string of lights around her neck and strangles her to death. The neighbor, who came over for a visit and saw the snowman, was so terrified that he ran away and fortunately escaped. The snowman takes the scarf and leaves. The local police arrive at the scene, but find only a puddle of water with no clues about the perpetrator. Based on the signs from the man's body, they conclude that the perpetrator possesses strength beyond that of a human. 2 days earlier, two police officers were escorting a prisoner when they encountered a snowstorm, causing an accident. The prisoner transport vehicle crashed into a chemical research facility. Chemicals spilled directly onto his body, causing it to melt and seemingly bond with the snow. The police immediately issued a warning to all the residents. At this moment, the old neighbor, traumatized by what he witnessed, smashes every snowman he sees. Receiving information about the ongoing murders in the area, the police officer is driving back to the station when he encounters the snowman standing in the middle of the road. But when he returns with a shovel to clear the way, he finds only a puddle of water on the road. But he couldn't have imagined that the snowman had gotten inside the car and was controlling it to run him over. The snowman continues its hunting spree, and this time the victim is a young man. While he is rummaging for ice in the refrigerator, he encounters the snowman.
Stay back, man, alright?
I'm gonna use this thing, alright? Listen, just stay back!
Despite a fierce struggle, facing the murderer only leads to one outcome: death approaching. At this moment, while the girlfriend is showering, a carrot suddenly appears in the water. The water then turns colder and begins to freeze, and the snowman appears and kills her. And his killing spree shows no signs of stopping. He kills anyone he encounters, wherever he goes, even in front of the police chief. And clearly, with his nearly immortal snow body, ordinary weapons like guns cannot harm him. Seeing the danger he poses, the police chief instructs everyone to run inside and lock their doors for protection. But to their surprise, the snowman can liquefy himself and slip through the door gaps to get inside. Seeing that guns cannot harm him, the police chief uses a hairdryer to hold him back so that everyone can escape. Taking advantage of the opportunity, everyone runs into the storage room. They use a gas canister and spray it throughout the room. However, the only exit, the window, has been locked. While searching for the key to the door, the police chief accidentally encounters the snowman. Although he is caught by the snowman, he still manages to escape and brings the key back to everyone. Immediately after escaping the building, they lock the snowman inside. The police chief shoots at the room filled with gas, causing it to explode. The snowman, trapped inside, melts from the heat. However, when they check again, they find that the snowman has reformed, though its appearance is somewhat unusual.
You gotta be shitting me.
Come on, run! I'll be back when I pull myself together!
They gather to discuss how to defeat him. The mayor suggests using more hairdryers.
Hey, Jack! What? You left the 710 split. Oh, shit!
In just a few minutes, they succeed in melting him again. This time, they collect the water and plan to burn it in an incinerator to make him evaporate. However, they do not expect that he is still alive and continues to find ways to attack and kill them. He uses his body flexibly, liquefying to infiltrate and freezing to imprison. After escaping, the police chief uses a certain powder that makes the snowman scream in pain.
He's burning. Oatmeal is making him burn. Honey, what did you put in those oats?
Sorry. Antifreeze.
The antifreeze indeed works. The police chief tells the neighbor to fetch all the antifreeze they have, while he will lure the snowman over. During the struggle with the snowman, the police chief is seriously injured. However, upon hearing the sound of the siren, he uses all his strength to push the snowman out the window. Exposed to the antifreeze, the snowman's body disintegrates and cannot recover. And finally, the town returns to peace after a night of terror.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you can see more interesting content in the future.